Want to go ahead and say hi to the people?
Yes, I do.
Give them a proper intro. You
Hello.
got the shades on.
Hello. Welcome back from your Easter break, Resurrection Sunday, whatever you are. Welcome to another episode of But I Don't Know. And Phil, once again, has outdone himself here in the penthouse, man. I really love what you've done with the place.
You in this penthouse. You insist.
Don't listen. Own it, man. They already know. We can't hide it anymore, all right? The man is living large. Look at this couch, man. That's not IKEA.
I told you when the IRS come knocking. So what about this penthouse we got? Avery Mason tells us you got a penthouse. I'm going to start singing the Isley Brothers and Lauryn Hill and all the other artists who have ever had tax trouble.
We're missing a couple W-2s for you, Mr. Hunt. You might notice a little something different about me, and I pulled out the stunner stage, Phil. I had to, because last week,
speaking of the Isley Brothers and la-da-da-da-da, you look like you finna sing it.
Yeah.
You got the
This is Mr. Biggs.
You got the Fantastic Voyages on.
Man, you know it. Listen, it's a beautiful day. Now, I was supposed to wear these. We were supposed to do this last week with a good friend of ours. That episode is going to be rescheduled, but I had this whole outfit. I came straight from church, had my whole Easter outfit on. You know what's special? Because I had these on, which I'm going to take off now because it's too dark. And I had my ankles out, which I was very proud of the fact. I don't normally have my ankles out, meaning I wasn't wearing socks.
Yeah, that was the most from the islands you ever looked. What was this type of shoes? Are those boat shoes? What do they call those?
Those are like, they're loafers. It's like new popular thing now where, you know what I'm saying? It's got like the nice detail on the little rhinestone, whatever, and like two ox ears and gold on the end of it. And I had no socks on.
I got to start getting into some grown man.
Hell yeah, come on.
Like I went to my sister's wedding and I had the all white forces on. Well, they weren't forces. They was something like forces though. So I had the black tux on top, and then on bottom I had the shoes, and I just was like, I'm going to just keep my feet underneath these table, and hopefully the rest of these grown people here respect me till I stand up and get from under this table, and they go, what the hell are those?
You about to play some pickup.
Yeah, it was one of them that I had that moment of like, all right, bro, you 36, 37. We getting on up near 40-ish. It's time to get a proper pair of dress shoes.
Bro, black people are always ready to play basketball at any moment. That's why we wear sneakers. I
think your mother just makes you wear those shoes so much when you're a kid.
Mm-hmm.
You know, anytime you got an event or church.
Yeah.
Or a funeral, and then even like your first 2 job interviews.
Yeah.
By the 5th one, you're wearing sweatpants, and you're like, does it even matter?
Only from the waist up. You know, what you put the pants on by don't matter.
I think we associate those, and some of y'all got court dates that y'all also associate with them. So, it's time for family court.
Yeah. For real, just show up. You got to dress right. No Jordans. You got to... But you're right, though. That's why I hate dressing up like that. Even to this day, like, the only time I do this, like, for church. Other than that, can I just wear a polo and like, some slide? Do I got to dress up?
You try to drive, your foot slip off the gas pedal. You go, God damn, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Just different. You got to get used to that.
I need the protection of a full-court basketball sneaker that can guard Michael Jordan and also keep my foot from slipping off the gas.
You can't really adjust in them dress shoes. That's what I'm saying. Them is one speed.
Was it weird that I had my ankles out? Because sometimes when I come around y'all and I do things that I don't normally do, that's why I was bringing it up. Like, I just want to let y'all know, I don't want you to be surprised at the fact that you can see my ankles.
I mean,
where your socks at?
Do whatever makes you comfortable, dog. I'm not here to police you. I'm not Monique here to tell you when and where you cannot wear your bonnet. Which is the weirdest part about her is she's got bonnet behavior otherwise.
That's true.
Cussing out Oprah. You go, who the hell cuss out Oprah?
Oh. Oprah's got that kind of power where she will shut down your Instagram in the middle
cussing out Tyler Perry. Then gonna double back and tell the young women, don't be wearing y'all bonnets in public. And it's like, lady, this is the most bonnet behavior I've ever seen from one individual.
Aggressive, and she was very specific. You out the house.
Kicking Precious down the stairs. We ain't forgot. That was bonnet behavior.
That was definitely bonnet behavior. That was, Did you watch that whole movie? I couldn't make it.
Yeah, I don't really remember much of it.
I read the book, so I knew
what it was a really sad story that you go.
Very.
It's just not, there's no redeemable qualities.
It's interesting. I just thought of this. Have you ever seen Matilda? It's a musical with kids. I think that Precious is Black Matilda. It's the same. It's the same
Matilda
story.
Was fun. Remember they had Miss Trunchbull and they fed the kid chocolate cake until it exploded.
Yeah.
It had redeemable qualities.
Yes. So Matilda is the kids' version.
Magical about Precious. AIDS was involved. I don't even. For some reason, Mariah Carey's there.
Now hold up. They had a lot of common things. Like Matilda was violent too. Like the teacher threw the kids by the hair. You know, some of Monique.
But couldn't Matilda?
She had powers.
Telekinesis, I believe, is what they call it.
Yes, that's what Precious did not have. So she just
there was nothing magical
dreamland.
about Precious. It was just sad. It was like, and this gets worse. And you were waiting for it to like pick up, and it was like, nah, there's no pickup, fam. This is all drop off.
Lee Daniels, thank you for that. At least Matilda, she got to live with her dream teacher and then got to eat food.
Yeah, cut it out.
I'm just saying, I saw the similar lanes. They're both orphans or going to be orphans.
If anything, I would say that Joker movie, the Joker, was like Precious, but for white dudes.
Joker was like Precious for white dudes.
Yeah, remember his life was just all fucked up. Remember his social worker, the funding got cut, so he no longer could have counseling. Remember he was on medication, but he couldn't afford the medication. It was just all downhill.
I think the best part, spoiler alert, which is he thought he was in a relationship that he wasn't. And when the sister was like, why are you following her?
Yeah.
Get ready to get in the house.
What's her
I was
name?
like,
ZZ Beats.
Zazie Beats.
Anyway, bro, how was your weekend, man?
The weekend was a great weekend. I don't know, my voice is a little hoarse right now, and that's because of where I was yesterday. I did pick up a spot at Brooklyn Estates. It's a new comedy club in inner Brooklyn. Shout out to Max and the staff there. It was a great time. The lineup was MJB, local comedian, your host, Damo Jones, myself, Avery Mason, and Kerry Cottet. Okay. And we tore it up, man. It was a lot of good fun. Yeah.
That was a little bit of home team.
Yeah.
You, her,
back
Damo,
in Brooklyn, MJB.
I don't know MJB, but
in Brooklyn, it was great.
Be careful saying MJB. People are gonna think Mary J. Blige was out.
His name is Marlon. He has a goatee and 4 daughters.
You might want to call him whatever his name is. I don't know.
He goes
no
by
disrespect
MJB
to him, but you can't just be like,
I
was on a show last night with MJB. No biggie. It's like, bro.
Wait a minute. Did you do real love? Like, tell us more. And I'm like,
cut it out, bro.
But it was a good time.
No more drama.
What's the 414 on that?
I don't know if that was his call or whose call that was, but you can't just write MJB on flyers.
People going to show up like,
cut it out.
This was a concert, but it was a good time, man. Everybody did great. It was a lot of fun. Had some rum punch. My family came out, you know what I'm saying? Just take some picture with fans. So you guys want to keep up with us, make sure you follow our Instagrams and the page.
But I don't know though pod on Instagram and all social media, and then our individual handles are there as well.
Keep up with us. I like how you did that. You want to find out what they are? We've been telling you all these episodes. As Phil says, if you cannot spell, I'm not helping you. Go on our Instagram, find our page, you'll find our personals.
So I'll tell you one that I had, an experience I had this week, a couple of nights ago. Doing a show, and you know how you have those moments where you're on stage where you're like, yo, why is this right side so much better than the left, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is a funny of like, your adrenaline's rush or whatever, your adrenaline has you way up here. Right. And then when you come off stage, like the longer you be off stage, the more the clarity kicks in of like, oh, back to reality. So the whole night I'm like, why the fuck is this left side so weird? Mm-hmm. I get in my car as I'm driving home. I'm like, yo, you realize you mentioned the Dalai Lama and that whole left side was Indian? Now I'm like, oh, I thought they were the assholes.
Oh, no, they were coming for you were the asshole.
Yeah, I stuck a little wha-bam at the Dalai Lama real quick.
Wait.
Collateral damage.
Can you tell them why? I want to say why, but unless it's part of the joke.
Nah, I'm not telling. I'm not going to give away the joke.
Right,
I got to pay to see a show to hear the joke. But I mentioned the Dalai Lama as in part of the joke, and then boom, everyone started laughing even harder. And then I came back 2 minutes later to go, yo, why is this left side? And then as I'm in the car driving, I'm like, oh, yeah. There was a table of like 8 Indian people.
Yeah, they wasn't playing with it.
Yeah.
So here it is. So Ghosty failed to get the joke, but what he's probably referencing is the fact that it was controversy because the Dalai Lama had some 9-year-old boy sitting on his lap and asked to bite his tongue, was it? Or
asked the man to suck his tongue.
Asked to suck his tongue.
He was out there talking like Wesley Pipes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Stick it out.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Mm-hmm. You like that, don't you? You
No,
go.
you do.
But this is what tripped me out about the Dalai Lama is he comes back to say, that was just a joke. And you go,
I can't think of any
y'all
joke.
need to leave the jokes to the professionals, okay?
What kind of joke? What kind of joke was that? What's the setup? What's the punchline?
I don't know. But
I don't know though. Exactly. Boom. You
But he did also cop to like, yo, that's just Western bias, meaning we're not from their culture. So we don't really know what their customs and traditions are. All I'm gonna say is over here from the West, it look real funny.
Nah, I don't believe that. I don't buy it because I think in any culture, weird is weird. And like, I don't think it's normal to ask someone, I mean, unless you try to
there
bag.
may be things that we do that they may find weird. They
that's
may
true.
watch an NBA game and say, why they keep patting each other on the ass? Some of these guys aren't even on the same team.
I get it.
So
I get it.
there may be things that we do that they find weird too. Although, like you're saying, I'm gonna have to lean to your side of things that it's like, hey, bruh, I don't know where kissing a kid in the mouth and then telling him to suck your tongue is
Where do you go from there?
is a joke, but maybe y'all humor is different. I don't know any Tibetan comedians to be able to say, but I know if I paid to go to a Tibetan comedy show and I sat in the front row and all the comedian did was come out, kiss me on the face and just said, yeah, suck that tongue, I'd be like, bro, I want my money back also. You motherfuckers is getting sued.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is crazy.
I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's wild. But no, it made me laugh because everybody got so uncomfortable. But I'm going, the Dalai Lama ain't did nothing. That Birdman ain't did to Lil Wayne. But at least the Dalai Lama let you keep your publishing.
Nah, the Dalai Lama wanted the tongue and Birdman and them kept the tongue in the mouth.
At least the Dalai Lama let you keep your publishing, bro.
No, you got the pictures in my head now, and I'm like,
I fucked you up a little. I had to go back.
Yeah, there's a picture of them like on the lips.
Birdman and Wayne, dog.
I think we talked about it at some point.
Maybe Cash Money is Tibetan. Who knows?
That's good. That was good. Bling bling, huh?
Yeah.
Damn. Man, I am dragging right now, Phil. I had a late night after the comedy show because my family came out. Then they wanted to go to this place called Bedvine, which is a bar and lounge in Brooklyn. So we were out late. I'm kind of dragging right now, man.
Okay, need a little pick me up.
I think so. You got any Magic Mind on you?
I don't happen to have any, but do you happen to have
Oh
some?
my goodness.
Shit,
look what
at
just
that.
happened.
Look at that.
Now, you know what the good thing about this is? You know, I'm not a big fan of drinking coffee, you feel me? So I like alternatives and I'm trying to get off the energy drinks. So got some Magic Mind here. Gonna drink this. It's got all these natural things that can help pick you up. It's fresh.
Got the matcha in there.
Yeah. It's got the matcha ashwagandha.
The matcha will get you right, man. Get the brain juices flowing a little bit.
I need to get some of the vodka out of my juices. That's
no
what I need.
crash with that, actually.
No, there isn't. No, I mean
For about 3 to 4 hours, you're kind of up there.
Yeah, it keeps you motivated,
like
energized.
There's always that crash after.
Yeah, it doesn't turn your. We've been drinking this for a while, right? It doesn't change your mouth colors like an hour later.
It's natural,
right?
It's like shots of a fruit smoothie.
Yeah. That's actually a good point. It's like a fruit smoothie. It's like breakfast, but I would eat breakfast and eat that with this. So I'm going to take some of this a little bit later to help pick me back up and get me into it. And the best part about this Magic Mind is that you have a discount because we all like things for the low, right?
Promo code.
Yeah, man. We all know what it is.
Promo code? This guy. Bad textbook, bad pitch man. Doesn't know the promo code.
IDK 20. Shut up. IDK 20.
IDK 20.
And
folks,
you get 20% off.
20% off.
On a case of Magic Mind, courtesy of the pod here. I'm about to go order some more for myself because I drank all my supply down. I'm gonna have to come to your house and get some of yours.
Okay, yeah.
Are you sharing?
I might let you have a little something there. You got to get to that promo code a little faster.
IDK.
I'm over here checking their scores.
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
Yeah, because you happen to
NBA time, man. I love it.
Yeah, it's
I like these
time. Shit is getting real.
I like the play-ins. I'm like,
gotta go home. Yeah, the play-ins have been fun.
I mean, the Lakers are in the playoffs. Where they started from at the beginning of the season, Phil. We were like, it's a wrap. It's a done deal. Under 500. Look at them.
Yeah, I mean, but, any team with LeBron and AD is always poised to make a run. Even the year they won it, I think they were like the 6th seed or something like that, the Lakers.
Is that right?
Bubble year. They won a high seed that year, I don't believe.
I don't know, man.
But, it's some good games going on. We're right in the middle. The Grizzlies actually up on the Lakers at halftime.
Yeah, and
65-59. So.
I don't see the Lakers getting out of the first round. Sorry.
Oh, come on,
I'm
bro.
sorry.
Out of the first round,
Nope.
They can't beat the Grizzlies?
Nope. They can't beat Grizzlies. Kenny Lofton Jr., okay? John Morant.
Kenny Lofton Jr.?
Is his name Kenny? I don't know, though.
Sure?
But the chubby, light-skinned dude that was putting in work, he looked like an Ewok on the court. Chubby.
I don't know who you're talking about. Kenny Lofton's the wrong sport. Kenny Lofton's baseball, isn't it?
His last name is Lofton Jr. Is it?
I've never heard of this guy, and I'm a big fan.
Hold
you
on.
might need to hit that magic mind right now. Get your juices flowing. Listen, John Morant, Desmond Bain, who's my guy that talks all the trash and dresses like a wrestler? Shit. Light-skinned Dylan Brooks.
Yeah, Dylan Brooks, yeah.
Come on, Jaren Jackson Jr.
No, his name is Kenny Lofton. Kenneth Lofton Jr. That's what I said. I said Kenny Lofton. I was right.
Is he a player for the Grizzlies?
Yes, he's for the Memphis Grizzlies. They just signed him. You see?
You said they just signed him.
Well, all right. He got signed at the end of the season. He made me think I'm crazy.
You're killing me.
I'm not crazy. I'm like
over here naming people that have been on the team all year, and you're like, who'd they pick up yesterday?
Bro, he just dropped 45 points in his first game that he played. He dropped like 45.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, you've been talking all about it. That's why I was like, when I said it, you were like, who? And I'm like,
to be fair.
All right.
To be fair, Obi Toppin had 40 points or whatever the other day for the Knicks. Okay. Meaning, as the game's in, it's not like the actual players are playing. They're all sitting because it's the playoffs.
And Knicks, by the way, who actually won that playoff game they just had, which I was shocked at. I didn't think they had it at all.
Yeah, well, 4 or 5 matchups could go any way, which, last time the Knicks were in the playoffs, they got obliterated by Trae Young.
Sure did.
But, it looked like it might go the other way. I like this Knicks team. Here's how I feel, and I mean, as a lifelong Pacers fan and being from Indiana, being in New York for 10 years, here's my take on the Knicks. One is, to play in New York, you got to be tough. So Porzingis, remember when they drafted Porzingis? They booed him as soon as they drafted him.
They sure did.
The quarterback, Daniel Jones, they booed him when he got drafted for the Giants.
Fair point.
They booed him twice before he ever played. He got booed when he got drafted, and then he got booed at just a random Yankees game he attended. They showed him on the Jumbotron, and people were like, boo. You go,
New Yorkers
damn.
like what we like. If we don't know you, we don't like you. So
y'all didn't like when y'all signed Randall, and I told people, hey, that's actually a good pickup. The dude averaged like 20 and 8 the other year for the Pelicans. Dude is solid. And people were like, nah. And then even last year, people were like, nah. And it's like, well, he's got to do so much because y'all don't have any other part of a team. And now y'all got Brunson, and even when y'all signed Brunson, people were like, and it's like, all you need to play in New York is tough.
Yeah, you got to be able to ignore the...
You got to be able to ignore y'all.
Ignore the talk. Everybody just talk. You got to ignore opinions.
Y'all just keep talking. It's a tough city to live in. We just hired a fucking Rat Czar.
We need one.
I don't know what that is or what that's supposed to do. Do any other cities have a Rat Czar?
Nah, we're the first and the worst for that. Rats. We are the first and the worst.
The Rat Czar looks like Rosie O'Donnell. That's been making me laugh. Yes, she does. Doesn't she?
I haven't seen her.
You haven't seen her? I saw her on the news. They're like that. We're gonna introduce the new Rat Czar.
You know, Phil. We don't need a Rat Czar. It's another waste of money in New York. We don't need a Rat Czar. All we need to do is just release some feral cats into the city. Just at every
cats.
Feral cats.
We got plenty of cats in the.
No, not cat. I ain't talking a house. I'm talking a feral cat that ain't never been inside a house, been on the streets their whole life. Just a couple of those running around in gangs. You know?
Yeah.
That's all we need to clear out the whole city. Because these rats are getting out of control. In my neighborhood, one of my neighbors has a cat, and it's like we thought the cat was lost. I had a tag. We called the number. The neighbor's like, nah, he's an outside cat. We just let him roam the streets, and he comes when he wants. So I'm like, so it's not your pet. It's a stray. No, that's my pet. But do you understand what I'm saying? Like, he said it's his pet, but he lets the pet run around in the streets.
Are cats that good at clearing out rats?
I guess so.
I thought they like mice, first off, not rats.
Well, anyway, this particular rat.
Some of these rats look like they'll beat up the cats.
Don't, that's true. But my point of telling you about my neighbor's story was that this cat eats the rats. Like, he caught one while I was looking at it. It's aggressive.
It ate a rat.
Yeah, killed it. No mercy.
Sure it wasn't a mouse?
I'm positive. It was huge, too long. It was like 6 inches.
Okay, some more about the Rat Czar. The Rat Czar, whose name is Kathleen Karate, will work with government agencies and community organizations to crack down on rat populations in the city. I wonder what is the rat population in the city. But here's the thing. We all were questioning her qualifications.
Okay.
She's a former elementary school teacher. So it's just like, huh? How do you go from an elementary school teacher to being the rat assassinator?
I need to see like pest control on your resume. You can't just, wow.
Plus all the women I know jump when they see the rats.
On the tables, yeah. And
I've never seen a woman be like, rat, handle that.
I saw a lady saw a rat and she pushed her husband towards it and like behind him. Like,
that's what made that female Ghostbusters movie unbelievable.
Because they were afraid it's the ghosts.
That your girl, when she sees a bug, goes, it's a roach. Ah! And you go. So it's like, if you can't handle roaches and rats,
how you gonna
can't
handle
Ghostbusters. But yeah, this lady went from being
that's why that movie was like 2 hours.
To killing the rats. She called the rats public enemy number 1.
Really?
And
the rats are public enemy number 1.
Yeah, I don't know. Mayor Adams just seems like he's on side missions.
Wait.
Like if this was Grand Theft Auto, this isn't the main purpose of the game. Mayor Adams is like having dinner with Mano. Did you ever see the picture of Mayor Adams with all the rappers?
I did.
You're just like, and he's like, we gotta figure out what's going on with drill rap.
So, wait a minute. So you said Eric Adams ain't doing the main quest? He's just doing the delivery missions?
Yeah, he's just doing the side missions.
He's dropping off packages.
I got the pastor's rag over here.
He's dropping off packages around Los Santos.
Doing everything but the main game. He's over here having dinner with Mano. He done assigned the first ever Rat Czar that none of us were all like, wait, where's this $500,000 that y'all getting ready to pay her coming from? Let me make sure that's accurate. That number.
Yeah, no, 500.
Because when they released the figures of like what they were gonna pay, everybody was like, hold on, I put my application in for that. Shit, I'm already killing them in my own house.
Eric Adams has to go around and collect all the money for the gang and then spray tags on the walls before he gets to the main problem.
So yeah, she's got a $3.5 million fund to control the rat population. And you go, man, when I was watching Ninja Turtles as a kid, I thought they were joking about like New York City of like, there's pizza on every corner and your landlord is a rat.
Yeah.
But now I live here and you go, yeah, sometimes your landlord is a rat. A giant one who also teaches you karate. And you live under the sewer.
And he names you after painters.
And this shit is a steal. This apartment you got under the sewer is a steal because if this shit was above ground, that'd be $5,000 more. And there's also the Rat King on the Ninja Turtles.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, he just sits in the chair and lets the rats crawl all over him.
Ugh. Damn, that's a good apartment living. I could save some money doing that. I would not mind it.
Crazy. Hold on, let me see here. They got some figures. In 2021, at least 13 people were hospitalized and one died from leprosy, a condition that attacked. Oh, wait. So they talking about the rats are spreading that.
Yeah, they're having kids.
Through their urine.
These rats have the same dreams as any person who comes from another country. You know, they come here, they're trying to find themselves. They want to have lots of kids.
You can rat anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. They want to have more kids. So they have like 6 to 10, 12 rat kids taking over the whole city thing. It's pretty bad.
But yeah, it's interesting. There's no other city has a Rat Czar, but we have one now. Like I said, Eric Adams feels like he's on side missions, which, speaking of side missions and people who live their life during side missions, have you seen any of, did you see last week that Snoop Dogg wrestled?
Okay, I did. That was on WrestleMania. Yeah. That was the same thing.
WrestleMania.
I think it was The
Miz. He wrestled The Miz.
It was The Miz, yeah.
He did the people's elbow.
I saw the whole thing because what happened was originally The Miz was supposed to be wrestling somebody else. That guy gets hurt, so they tell Snoop, punch him. Snoop being a professional did it, and then they said to him, people's elbow. And he did what you all saw, which made me laugh.
Yeah,
you see how hard he hit the ropes? I thought he was gonna fall
Snoop
off the ropes.
Old. Yeah. Too old for these side missions, Snoop. But no, it's just funny because you go, Snoop can't have anything left on his bucket list. He done wrestled. Mm-hmm. He done did a cooking show with Martha Stewart.
Never saw that coming.
He done sold legal weed.
Yep.
He done did a porn.
Yes.
He done dropped a gospel album. Snoop live his life like a terminally ill movie character. You ever see like these movies where the person finds out they got 7 days to live?
I gotta do
and
everything.
They try to do everything. Skydive.
He's living his best life.
I'm a preach a sermon. I'm a wrestle, and I'm gonna drop my porn tape. Don't worry about it.
He's done it all before he goes away, but Snoop is still alive.
I said that wasn't Snoop Dogg in that ring. That was Crow from Def Jam Vendetta.
Oh yeah, he was.
Why the fuck wasn't his name Snoop?
You could have just left. Why'd you call? Yeah, I was like, it's Snoop. Nah, that's Crow. Like, just call him Snoop.
I just now realized too that remember the boss in there was the guy named D-Mob. Mm-hmm. I just now realized that this is Suge.
That's right.
Bald dude in a suit. That's Suge.
Low key. He was big too. Big muscle.
Bald dude in a suit.
Looked like a black kingpin. Yeah. You know what I wanted to ask you before I forget? The other night I had asked if there were a lot of single people, and people were like, yeah. I was like, don't be down on yourselves. Give it a couple weeks. That new Freaknic documentary about to come out. There's gonna be a lot more single people on the market because a lot of these women thought nobody will ever see this. And it's coming out, and it's making women uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Are you ready for this?
Is it making people uncomfortable? I don't think it is. But I think there is an aspect to it of like, okay, look, I lived in Georgia as a kid. So I was not involved in none of the shenanigans, although I was coming of age in Georgia and, getting into my teenage years, it was like, they finna drive up to Atlanta.
Yeah.
You might want to go. But then they kind of deaded it around, I think, like the year 2000 or so. It kind of died off. And it's one of those things where, here's what I hate. One is people who didn't live through that time are commenting on it. So it's like, no, this was a good time. It
was. I only found out about Freaknic because they used to have these things called videotapes, kids, okay? The videotapes they'd sell them on the street and you'd see it in Atlanta Freaknic. You're like, what's this? And you watch it, you're like, oh my God, like.
Well, yeah, but here's the thing. There was no Instagram Live. There was no Facebook Live. There was no YouTube. Mm-hmm. So it was kind of an underground thing. There were less cameras.
Yeah, where people was
getting away with nothing like this now because everybody just be filming it. I mean, how many times are we at a comedy show and have to tell somebody, you gotta put your phone away? Like some of these comedians are selling these sets to Netflix for, Chappelle and Rock are in the millions, and then other people are getting, what did Monique get offered originally? I think $500,000.
$500,000, yeah.
So you go, why would I let you put $500,000 worth of material on your fucking phone? And you've only got 8 followers any fucking way, so who you broadcasting this to?
Yeah, it's true.
So I'm saying that to say.
Porn stars have the same problem. That's why they don't want people taping. If they're freaking, don't tape them because they might want to use this move in the next, West Coast Productions and you taking money out their pocket.
I'm saying that to say, I think, like I said, it's hard for people to grasp this time period of when people just went out and had fun and had wild nights and none of it was... Maybe someone had a camcorder.
Yeah.
So maybe this one person from 5 cars away caught a little glimpse of you.
Busted it open.
Of Auntie at them red lights, twerking on them headlights. Long before Glorilla. Auntie was out there at them red lights, twerking on them headlights.
Freaknic was
and that's what I'm saying. Only the people that was there saw the things that were happening and dudes grabbing ass and whatever else was happening.
If some of you still confused about it, Freaknic, just imagine if everybody was like acting like Ice Spice or the City Girls. Everybody.
I'm not even going to say that because I think those are the most sensationalized parts of it. But in a sense, you got to remember, hold on, this is before Internet Day. So you can't really talk to a dude in another state. If you from Alabama, you might drive up a car full of you and 3 of your homeboys. Y'all looking for girls. Oh, y'all go to Spelman? It was Atlanta spring break. So you got to remember, you got all them colleges down there that are all girls or whatever.
Spelman, yeah.
Spelman, Emory, all these different in Atlanta. And then you got, like I said, these, Huntsville State in Alabama, all these different Florida, FAMU, Florida A&M, all these different black colleges. So and again, there's no internet. That's the key.
Yeah.
So you ain't never got to meet a dude that go to FAMU or so. It was more about like, what's the word I'm looking for?
A lot of freedom.
Camaraderie and meeting people. And yes, some music got played.
I don't know the camaraderie. I watch.
And yes, some music got played and some people twerked.
Blood. He said
but it's like, that wasn't the main focus. So I think...
Yeah, people were just enjoying themselves.
It's a little bit, because I'm starting to hear, I seen Mark Lamont Hill. Oh, you guys are talking about the women and they're going to be exposed. But what about your uncles and how they're predators? And you go, bro, no, y'all bringing that fucking 2020 energy, Me Too energy into this. This wasn't about none of that.
It's hard to imagine a time where people didn't have access to video on their phones. Like there was that at that time, maybe 1 or 2 people out of like a gazillion could afford.
There was a time where there were no victims. Now victims are the main whatevers of the story that it's like, no, bro. Everybody went out there looking to have a good time.
That's what I'm saying. Nobody had video. No, people couldn't afford the camcorders and all that stuff to record it. So if you saw 1 or 2.
People had them. So.
And then you got to buy a VCR, get some tapes. Them things were expensive back then, bro. Like
people who weren't there trying to control the narrative.
Yeah. Besides, if you're going to tape something like that, it's got to be something worth taping. Cassette tapes back then were like $50. So if you were going to put something on, you want to make it something that, that's why they were taping on the women. Yeah. Look at her twerking.
I did see that there was one dude who was in Atlanta police that you do laugh a little bit because you go,
oh, man.
Yeah, brother, that's coming on back. And that's why, like I said, it was good that there were no video cameras. This brother that they're calling...
What's his name?
I don't know how credible this source is.
Come on.
They refer to him as Chief Chica. Because he's got some girl and he's spreading them cheeks. And they said this is allegedly down in 1994 in Atlanta. And he's a cop. This woman is bent over in the front seat of the cop car.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no.
They got him...
Oh,
what source is this? This is a Daily Mail article. So Daily Mail.
We should do like a freeze frame here.
We'll put it there in the post. We can put it there in the post.
Wow.
So then they got him. Look, they then went to his home.
Look at his face. He's like,
"Hey, brother, you wish to talk about?" And it's like, no.
Look at he got that nigga. Please look at him. He's like, oh, nigga, please come on.
And that's what I want to encourage for this generation. There used to be a such thing as nights, and he explained, that this young woman is actually an adult entertainer.
Bringing this to my house.
That all consent was given. This woman is an adult entertainer who came to the city and was performing at a strip club that night. So the context matters.
Yeah.
That it's like she's okay with this picture. So, but that brother has to report to the HR.
Absolutely. Monday morning, first thing.
Because all of this was supposed to get left in 1994. And that's the issue now that we go digging back 15 years. And it's like there are nights you're supposed to just forget people.
You got to answer for what you did 40 years ago.
Not supposed to be cell phone footage of that drunk night all of y'all had.
At all. Now he got to go back in time. Yeah, it was you twerking on me 25, 30 years ago. What do you got to say about that?
So yeah, and this, I just feel like it's a lot of bit of, like I said, revisionist history by people who weren't there. And it's like, actually talk to those people that were there. And they'll tell you they had a great time.
Bro, I'm gonna give it like another 10, 20 years before people start doing, right now they're doing like the 80s parties and the 90s parties. Like it's gonna come back to this time where they're gonna start doing the kind of parties they did back then and be wanting to live what we lived. So I think.
Well, they can never live what we.
You know what I mean? Like they're gonna look at this time now.
Because like I'm saying, I was in high school when I think Freaknic ended in Georgia. But like I'm saying, you might have talked to some people who went up there for the summer or went up there for it. And like I'm saying, it was a good fucking time.
I think minds will change and they'll realize people are being too sensitive. That's all I'm saying.
Bring everything back. And here's the thing, it's making people explain.
Yeah.
Some shit ain't supposed to be explained.
It's just understood.
It was drunk shit we was doing.
She was dancing on me. What was I supposed to do? Get up and get my algebra textbook? Like, she's right here.
Auntie might say, hey, that was my favorite song at the time.
That's right. Everybody was singing it.
Well, if Tootsie Roll played it, you got out your car and did it in your Daisy Dukes. It is what it is.
Tootsie Roll. Yeah, damn.
So, yeah, everything ain't to be explained. And I wish, like I said, if you didn't go there, then a lot of it, you need to shut the fuck up about what happened there. There's a such thing as just having a good time.
Yeah.
And leaving that in the past. And like I said, no explanation.
No. But that blew up. Like, people started going to that thing. It became a yearly thing. And then after a while, like you said, the city was like, nah, we got to put a stop to this.
People from out of town started coming, didn't know what it was about, and started, just grabbing chicks and wilding out. And it's like, bro, that wasn't what it was supposed to be.
You know what messed it up? When who's this guy from the Girls Gone Wild videos? He started going down there too, and then doing his.
That was on the white side because they do spring break too.
Yeah, but
it's Daytona Beach and whatever else.
He didn't have the black folks. Is what I'm saying is he went to go record Freaknic and rebrand it for his own thing, and then when that happened, it became more known.
I don't remember him ever doing Freaknic.
It's a conspiracy theory here. It became known to the media, and that's what got him shut down.
And like I said, I lived in that area. Girls Gone Wild was like Daytona Beach.
Daytona Beach, they went. Black Bike Week.
And then there's, the Black Bike Weeks, and then Freaknic was Atlanta, like the whole South. You gotta remember, it's hotter down there. So it's a reason for a girl to be wearing some shorts with no cheeks. Or with all cheeks out. It's all super hot down there. So it looks crazy from a New York perspective, but it doesn't look crazy.
That's a culture, boy.
When you live down there and it's fucking...
Stop, pump that.
February and it's fucking 90 degrees and it's like, if my mama wore some shorts with the ass out, I might not make her explain neither.
I understand. No.
It's very hot out, mama.
Listen, real quick reminder, if you don't forget, follow the page on YouTube. We're on YouTube now. All the episodes that you've seen and whatever in the past 5, 6, 7, they're all on YouTube. Go look it up. Follow that page. Follow the social media, But I Don't Know Though Pod. Follow the personal pages too. I'm going to drop that because we put our dates on there. At Avery Mason Official on Instagram, The Avery Mason on Twitter. And
y'all know where to find me.
Help them out. What if they can't spell it?
At I am Phil Hunt on all social media.
What a good guy. Come on.
Here's the thing I wanted to talk about, though. 2 things. One is...
Good guy here.
Did you catch any of the women's tournament, the finals?
Yes. Oh man, shout out to LSU, man. Y'all did that.
LSU did the thing. They defeated Caitlyn Clark and them Iowa Hawkeyes. Yeah, they defeated them.
Bravo.
What was interesting was the conversation around it, which first off, I think we needed to take a moment and appreciate, like, whatever happened, we were talking about women's hoops.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. It kept it in the news and people really tuned in. You're right about that.
I hate when non-sports people come to sports because they come with arguments that aren't about sports. Everyone that is a sports fan understood why Angel Reese ran over to her and
it was just trash talk.
Hit the Tony Yayo, hit the Flavor Flav, whatever you want to call it. John Cena, I don't care. Everyone that follows sports knows Caitlyn Clark had been doing that all tournament.
Yeah, nobody said
nothing.
And she
was dropping 40 on people. So it was one of them shut the fuck up moments. Yeah. And if that happens in sports, we all get it's in the spirit of competition.
What's interesting to me about that is that the argument started and went from the trash talk to going down the color line, and then went from the color line to then the White House controversy. Like it just evolved.
Yeah, Jill Biden, every time she speaks, it's a what do they call them? A guffaw. What do they call those? guffaws.
Yeah,
Guffaws.
Yeah.
I think I said it right. That, remember there was something with Hispanic people, I think when Uvalde, Texas, when the school shooting happened.
Yes.
And she referred to Mexican people as her little tacos. And it was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like, look, now you know why Melania used to just copy all of Michelle Obama's speeches, okay? She's the most educated first lady for a reason. Michelle Obama. Melania copied her speeches. You need to copy her speeches because Joe Biden's wife, for those of you listening, steps to the mic and goes, yeah, we're going to invite both teams. And it's like, this is not how tradition goes.
Why does it
The winner comes to the White House.
True, but back to what you said earlier, why does it have to be tacos? Why couldn't she call them like burritos or enchiladas? What is it with white people and like the lowest denominator for racism?
I mean, burritos and enchiladas is no better. What if somebody called your ass fried chicken? Like, you'd be like, hold the fuck on. I'm Caribbean, I'm jerk chicken. What you doing? So, no.
Racist.
But yeah, Joe Biden needs to,
that's weird. Like,
this is what I was saying about
don't get to come.
Non-sports people coming. That it's always in the spirit of competition. So everything that's done, when something's outside the spirit of competition. Like back to you remember Richard Sherman?
Yeah.
When he had his big Super Bowl moment and won the Super Bowl and he's on the Seahawks and he's, I'm the best. Don't ever talk about me and all that stuff he's doing. And it's like, bro, he just played a game where 300-pound men crash into 300-pound men at high speeds, right? Like, so he comes off the field, you jam a mic in his hands.
Yeah.
Who knows what he's going to say? But then you started hearing the talk from the other side. Oh, he's a thug and he's this. And it's like, no, bro, that's how football players talk. Like, who the fuck did you expect to step to the mic? Can you do an English accent? A British accent.
I can do British accent.
Richard Sherman. I'm the best.
I'm the best, mate. Don't you ever in your life come at me in such a way.
What affluent male did you expect? Now, mind you, he's a Stanford grad, so he's very educated.
Rhodes Scholar.
His fucking adrenaline is just up there. I don't know if he's a Rhodes Scholar.
I don't know, though.
He's a Stanford graduate.
I just threw it out there.
Dude is smart. And like I said, so is Angel Reese. That it's like, everyone that watched knew she was hitting this move because she's been hitting it all day. We just beat you.
Caitlyn Clark was cooking that whole tournament, man, 40-something. But I'll say that's the American way, though, Phil. People commenting on things that's outside of the industry. That's all people like to do.
But here's what I was gonna say.
People look at what you do for a living and be like, nah, man, you shouldn't do it like that. You should have to do this, and you shouldn't have to. You know what I mean? Like,
but this is my point to that, though. And some of this needs to happen. There was some aspect of just be happy we're talking about women's hoops, right?
I understand.
And I say that to say, in the male game, part of what drives it is hate. We're allowed to hate Bill Laimbeer on the Bad Boys Pistons. Yep. People hate Patrick Beverly.
Yeah.
People hate Draymond Green.
Because he talked.
People hate, you name another, Grayson Allen.
They hate him because he's
So a little bit of it was like, what made the NBA so popular? A rivalry, Bird versus Magic. It was kind of racial.
It was.
Because a lot of the white people fuck with Bird.
Yep.
Most of the black people fuck with Magic unless you were one of the few black people unfortunate enough to be from Boston.
Hilarious.
Then you fucked with Magic. So I said that to say, could be the WNBA's Bird versus Magic. Yeah. Angel Reese versus Caitlyn Clark.
And you know what? When they both will get drafted, all right? And when they go to the WNBA, they'll take that same rivalry thing and make it a thing there.
People have to allow people to not like them.
Yeah.
That's part of it. When someone goes, I hate her, but I think we still have a little bit of that maternal instinct or that whatever it is for women to want to protect. That when someone says something bad, we go, if someone goes, fuck Caitlyn Clark, oh, don't say that. That's somebody's daughter. That's somebody's, sister. And it's like, no, for competition, if you want to sell the sport.
Yeah.
Like I saw a little bit of it when,
I hated Michael Jordan.
Well, yeah. I'm from Indiana. People hated Reggie Miller.
I would watch stuff just to see him lose.
There has to be a little bit of, and I grew up in the golden age of the WNBA, the Houston Comets, fucking Tina Thompson, Cheryl, Cynthia Cooper. What did they win? 4?
Hold on. I don't think you understand how much I hated Jordan. I would watch anything he was in to see him lose. He was in poker tournaments. I'd tune in to see if he lose. Golf tournaments. I need to see him lose.
Like
not just
Space Jam. I hope you lose.
There you go. Not just all basketball. All of Monstars taking over. Yes, go for the Monstars until he did that arm thing.
He was rooting for the Monstars.
So he'd never lose.
But I'm saying, like I said, Cynthia Cooper, all these dope women. Fucking Lisa Leslie, Candace Parker, all of them dope, right?
Yeah.
But you go, where's the villains? We need a Bill Laimbeer. We need a fucking Patrick Beverly. Mm-hmm. We need a player that we're allowed to say, yo, fuck Draymond Green. Like, so that's a little bit of, like I said, when I saw people arguing online, yo, Angel Reese shouldn't have did that. Fuck Angel Reese. And then you see people fire back. Don't say fuck her. She is a beautiful black queen. And it's like,
that's not what it's about.
She is. But
that's not.
That person's from Iowa. They allowed to hate her.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
Rivalry.
You from Louisiana. And you like, fuck Caitlyn Clark. Like, that's the energy that's needed for women's basketball to be transcended to the next level. It's like,
you need that. You need that.
All the champions, the Sue Birds, the Diana Taurasi's, the Lauren Jacksons, the Lisa Leslie's, the whoever. You need fucking villains.
You need that
to be able to say, yo, I hate this motherfucker.
You need that Reggie Miller. Like, you know what I'm saying? You need that foe, the focus. But
like I said, when you've seen people take either mantle to hate Clark or to hate Reese, you saw people trying to defend it, and it's like, no, don't defend it. It's okay, and it's going to drive the sales up.
Yeah, it's going to get people talking because they were talking about it and paying attention, and for the news for the week, 2 weeks that the tournament was happening, they just dominated the news cycle. So good for them. I mean, it's good in that sense. I mean, damn. The cups are low, so I know what that means, that we are running out, man. Do we got? You want to do one more round? One more round?
I don't got any more, dog. This guy.
Hold on, right here next to you.
You want to refill? Pick it up. Do you got more? If you got more, then always bring more.
Oh, man. It's not enough.
Here was the thing, though, that I wanted to bring to your attention, because I don't know if you caught this, but the rapper, Triple X, that's what I call him, because I hate pronouncing the rest of his name.
And Tentacion.
Feel old.
Triple X Tentacion.
Like, okay, rappers' names used to be, 6 letters or less. So yeah, there are 3 men who were sentenced to life for his death. Now, one is I want to say, obviously R.I.P. to him and his
Triple
family.
X Tentacion.
But you go, how are 3 people going to prison for the murder of one? And I say that, and let me say that consecutively. My point being, you have all these school shooters, mass shooters who, the one in Tennessee had 7 guns. So you go, in these cases, only 1 person goes to jail, but in this case, 3, only 1 person pulled the trigger. This is how mass incarceration happens.
That's deep, Pastor. Keep going.
Nah, it just makes me scratch my head, because you go, how are they still in broad daylight getting away with this kind of stuff? That it's like, I mean, all 3 of these people deserve to be punished. And like I said, R.I.P. to Triple X, but you go, how are 3 people being charged when only 1 person could have pulled the trigger?
You know how America is. They find some charges to put on you, Okay. Oh, conspiracy. Oh, who's the one that sold him the gun?
One was a getaway driver, they said.
And
2 were identified as the shooters, which I'm like, wait, but there's only 1 trigger.
Yeah, but they get everybody who was involved, you know what I mean? So I
just would like to see, that's fair. Those kids deserve whatever punishment they get.
Involved on the planet.
But I would like to see some equal punishment on the other side, where you got these mass shooters who kill 40 people and only 1 person goes to jail. That is like, so no one else is responsible. Not the person who gave them a gun license, not the person who sold them the pistols, not the UPS person who delivered them, not the roommate who didn't turn this person in when they said, yo, I'm thinking about killing everybody at my fucking job.
It's a good point.
Nobody. Because you saw with the dude in, was it Kentucky this week?
Yeah.
That we had another mass shooting that this was, at the office.
Yeah, this is taking a dark turn.
I mean, I'm just talking to you, dog. But we got to wrap up.
Gotta wrap
want to do some advice?
I wanted to hear more about that. This is taking a dark turn. And because we are low in drink here, we got to get up, which means we got to get to like our advice question. We like to give people advice on this podcast, have opinions heard, but we not experts, me and Phil. So any help we give you is, if it works, great. If it don't, hey, I don't know.
Oops.
All right. Oops.
Shit happens.
You should have asked TK Kirkland for advice. We didn't even talk about that.
Your ass.
Well, we didn't talk about it. He'd have given you the truth straight down the middle. Okay. Here's a good one here. Whoops. Stop moving.
This guy.
What should I do when an acquaintance with dementia sends me unsolicited graphic text messages and tells people we're sexting? When I was in high school, a friend of one of my brothers had a crush on me. I'll call him Kurt. He was nice and funny. He had his own car and treated me to a lot of cool things. I was never attracted to him romantically and told him that frequently I really enjoyed his friendship, but that was it. If Kurt became too aggressive, my brother would talk to him and he would back off. Fast forward 45 years, my brother's dead.
Don't say fast forward. That's slow forward. 45 years.
45. My brother is deceased and Kurt has dementia. Both Kurt and I are married with children and grandchildren. Kurt's dementia is being treated with 15 experimental drugs through his hospital. Damn. Several months ago, my sister gave him my phone number and email address. Kurt sends me extremely graphic text about the type of things he would like to do with me. I know it's the disease talking, so I just try to ignore it. My husband has had to interpret some of the stuff for me because I've never really heard some of the hardcore terms before.
Oh, wow.
What's a dirty Sanchez?
She's showing this shit to her husband?
She was like, come over. I don't know what this means. What's a dirty Sanchez? What is that? Like, what is that? Some sort of...
Okay, hurry up and get to the end of the question. What was the question?
Oh, God, sorry. My husband has to interpret some of this stuff for me because I've never heard some of the really hardcore terms before. I can handle like 15 texts, WhatsApp messages, and emails, but Kurt just had lunch with a group of my friends, and he told, a group of friends he and my brother shared. He told them about the sexting he and I do. There has been no sharing on my side. My response is always platonic and have a good day type of thing. I'm mortified. Because I used to have one of these friends that's married to a girl I used to be good friends with. I'm not in touch with her because moved to a different state, blah, blah, blah. She's saying basically, I know his disease is doing this, but I'm not sure how to handle it these days. Help. That's basically shit. What do I do about this?
Well,
simple answers.
Say,
block the number. First
off, you must kind of like this. Although, no, I get that she's trying to stay in touch with him for the sake of her brother. Because I guess maybe it reminds her of having her brother around that he's around. But then it is a level of like, for 45 years, this guy's been after you. You ain't let him get it. So he's really just holding on to that day.
He's got that bucket list you were talking about earlier. He's trying to wrap it up. I'm going to get all of these thoughts out to her right now.
But then there's also a level of, if he's got dementia, if I'm your husband, I'd probably beat his ass and be like, hey, man, I didn't do none of that.
It wasn't me. Did you see me? Do you remember me doing it?
It's funny because we talked about the Joker in this episode, so... This is Zaza Beetz. What is her name?
Zazie.
I don't know how you pronounce it.
Zazie Beetz.
This is her in this movie writing this question of like, this dude said telling people we were together and we weren't. And it's the Joker. But to prevent him from shooting everybody, maybe just act like y'all were. I don't fucking know.
It was a good time. We were together. I saved the world.
Yeah, in short, I would say probably stop telling your husband unless you want him to kick his ass and
or let him do it.
Dude, he's got dementia, so hopefully the friends that he's telling this aren't believing him.
I think they're all just like he tells a story, and they're like, yeah, Kurt, that's crazy. Wow, she did that. Wow. And as soon as he leaves, oh my God.
His friends probably know he's
What is he talking about?
It's almost
sad.
Harmless. And like you said, block the number. Maybe just leave him an email and deal with him in the time, even if he reminds you of when your brother was alive, deal with him in the time that's specified. Like, okay,
Change all your contacts. Just don't give it to
Sunday
him.
between
Easy.
11 a.m. and 12 p.m. I deal with him. I'll correspond to his emails just to make him feel alive and remind me of the good times. But you don't need to be sitting up texting a motherfucker every day. Or every day he's sending you dick pics and then you telling your husband, I don't want this.
I don't know what to do.
It's like,
help me.
Block the number for your own sanity, ma'am.
What is, honey, what's a dirty, I still don't understand. He's talking about this dirty Sanchez, so I don't know what that means.
Yeah, put him on a longer leash. I'll say that. We'll go ahead and wrap up and get up off of here.
Yeah, man. Listen, we're here, new episodes every Tuesday. Shout out to WTF Media Studios for hosting us, but I don't know though. Please make sure to follow the pod on the page, but I don't know though pod on Instagram, the Avery Mason on Twitter. I am Phil Hunt. Every Tuesday, like, share, subscribe. YouTube, do that too. Shout out to Magic Mind.
Subscribe to the YouTube, folks.
And go buy. Go buy some Magic Mind. Subscribe.
And use the promo code when you're doing that. Promo code
www.magicmind.co/BUTIDKTHO. Promo code IDK20 for save 20% off, and get you some Magic Mind. All right? We good?
Yeah, another episode.
Tank.
Signing off.